that would be his attack. So, or that would be his action. So it would go back to Felamos.
Alright, I'll move forward and cast a flaming bolt at him.
Alright. Oh,
I think I forgot to untarget all the other ones.
Yeah, I think so. I think you could just do that over since the others were already down.
I'm
There
not
you go.
sure how to clear my kobolds.
You just click on them again when you select them and click them off.
Excellent. Looks like he's the only one you have targeted now.
Nice.
Alright, so your flaming skull catches the last kobold directly in the back, just under the shoulder blades as he's fleeing through the forest, and just emits a spray of gore as your blast takes him extra hard in the back and just plunges a hole straight through him. Blood squirts from the back and his mouth just drops open, his tongue lolling as he hits the snow face first, going into a tumble. Before he even starts to tumble in the snow, he's dead. So he finally comes to a stop, laying flat on his back, his arms and legs spread wide.
Sweet. So they had daggers, you said?
Yeah.
I'll gather those up, throw them in our sled. The women might need them.
Alright.
As
Yeah, the DM's guide is not playing when it says an encounter is easy.
yeah. So as everyone's doing that, and all these kobolds are dying, I'm gonna look at the campfire. They probably got like a pot of something boiling in there. Probably some bits of rats. And I'll stick my finger in there and lick it off. Yummy. Gruel. Guys want some?
Yeah,
Guys want some?
they got a couple rodents in there. There's actually one whole rabbit, not skinned very well, with some berries and such thrown in the pot, all boiling together.
Sin moves over to the fire, sitting down, but shakes his head at the invitation to eat as he drops his pack down and starts rifling through for some of his rations.
Being the vagabond I am, I'll help myself.
Tastes pretty good, huh, Felinos?
Nice.
Tastes pretty good.
It fills the belly.
So, Keith, to add experience points, I just click on the party sheet where it says encounters, and I just drag and drop that encounter in there. Will that do it?
Yep. And then you should see a little entry that has the name of the encounter, how much XP listed in the box.
Ah, it's not coming up.
Are you dragging the shield icon? That the encounters.
No, that was my mistake. I wasn't dragging the encounter. I was dragging the parcel.
Gotcha.
There we go. And then award. So you should receive 50 experience points, or no?
Yep.
Yeah, 50 experience points each.
Yep. Good job.
Excellent. I did that correctly.
Good job.
Thank you. And now it's inventory, and then items, parcels. I gotta get rid of some windows here. I've lost my parcel. So I just dropped, all it contains is parcel coins, so I just type the parcel coins in there, correct?
No, you don't have to type it in there. If they're already predetermined in the parcel sheet, just drag the shield icon and drop where it says parcel items, and it'll put the coins over as well.
Oh, okay, cool. So inventory, coins and everything predetermined goes in parcel items. I thought that was just for like items.
No, just drag the shield out. There you go. See?
Oh, it worked? It didn't even show up on mine for some reason.
Yeah, it shows 19 silver.
Okay. And is that automatically rewarded, or is there something else I have to click?
There's an arrow in the middle of the screen there. I think it's a down arrow, and that will distribute the coins to everyone.
Oh, I see. I got a dragon head.
There you go.
Alright. Looks like with 1 silver left over.
Alright, after we have our little snack, I guess we'll continue on, right?
Well, I must say, you guys are an unfriendly bunch.
Alright, I parceled the silver. I just changed it to copper and parceled that out to you guys. It left 1 remaining copper, if you want to do anything with that.
Let's save that one for, what's her name? Bree. Yeah. Take up a collection for Bree.
Something else to flick at the back of her head.
So, like, what time of day is it at this point?
At this point, it's fairly early. It's probably around, actually probably around 10 in the morning. You had just came across them not long ago.
So then, yeah, after we have a short eating break, we should continue on.
Excellent. So you guys stop and you have some dry rations as Krusk fixes himself some of the kobold stew. Anything you want to do, Philomas?
I want to kill one of the sleep kobolds and wake the other one up.
Alright. So you're gonna run your dagger across his throat or something? It begins to gurgle and cough up blood as he kind of shakes around on the ground trying to grasp for his throat. Then his eyes popping up and wide before he lies still. And wipe off your dagger upon his hides and go to wake up the other kobold, who kind of snaps awake rather quickly when you begin to shake him profusely. And he starts screaming in Draconic, "Please, please! No!"
I tell him, have you seen any runes up in the mountains? The Fang Mountains?
He looks kind of surprised, begins shaking his head profusely and says, "Many, many ruins."
Alright, we'll keep you alive. I'm gonna make a leash for him out of the rope.
Alright. He looks a little happy that you're not running a dagger across his throat as he looks down and sees that one still bleeding in the snow, turning the white to a crimson red. His eyes kind of go wide. He's shaking really hard, but he's staying silent as you make him a leash.
Yeah, I tie him up to the sled that the dogs pull.
Right.
I bind his hands too.
Looks kind of scared of the dogs.
If you give us any trouble, we will feed you to them while you're
You
still
know,
alive.
He nods his head ridiculously hard and he says, "No trouble, no trouble," as he's nodding his head.
You don't think he's gonna slow up the dogs, do you?
No, not really.
For his sake, I hope he doesn't. Otherwise, he'll be dragged through the snow.
Yeah, that would kinda suck for him. Oh well. Well, let's go. Hey, yo, Krusk, how far are we from that trail? How far are we from that trail?
From the trail?
Yeah, you're supposed to be taking us
says-
to that trail.
He says, "Well, we're barely only
Taking us to that trail.
we're only a couple days out. We still got over a week."
Oh damn.
He says, "I'll try to pick us out.
Oh damn.
I'll try to find us some shortcuts and see if I can get us there a bit faster." He says, "Maybe I could cut it down to 3 or 4 days if we travel hard enough."
All right, let's do it.
All right. So Krusk, the path he chooses is a little. Let me see something. It's a little hard to travel, but you guys do all right, especially with your snowshoes. He chooses a lot of off, a lot. The path he chooses is mostly there's no set trail or path. He's just taking you like directly through the forest and such. Let me take a look at something. Okay. Yeah, we'll cut your time down quite a bit here. I hope. Whoops. Did I just give you guys more copper?
Looks like it.
No, you didn't.
Whoops. As you guys are walking
No,
through.
you didn't.
Okay. I was gonna say, there's some free copper for you. As you guys are walking along, you find a skeleton. It's got a pouch on it with 9 copper. All right. Yeah, he cut your. You guys are traveling for about 3 days now, and you instead of following regular routes and roads, hunting trails and such like that, taking a path directly through the forest towards the winter fangs, you cut quite a bit of time off of your trail. You're traveling for about 3 days, and it's the third night. You're setting camp, and it's snowing pretty hard. You set up your. Did you guys take some tents?
Yeah, we have 3 tents.
All right. You guys set up your tents, and are you guys setting a fire?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll set up a fire. Big old bonfire.
That's cool. You guys are throwing some wood down on the ground, beginning to build your big old bonfire, and there comes a really strong wind. A wind so hard that some of the boughs in the trees, some of the branches, some of the older branches from the dead trees actually break off. The wind is so strong, and the the snow at your feet lifts up and a cloud of white frost as you see something huge fly overhead just above the trees and off towards the west.
Are we using this map right here?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have a map on there? I didn't mean to put that up yet.
Well, it's the one from when we fought the kobolds.
Oh damn.
Oh cool. No, we're yeah. This isn't really an encounter. It's just some fill in. You guys don't want that encounter.
Yeah, what the
I'm gonna run and hide underneath bushes.
It didn't even seem to really pay you any mind. Maybe it's got its eyes set on something that'll feed it a little more. But yeah, you see a huge white dragon fly above the trees off towards the west. It definitely looks like its sights are set on something that's flying by so quickly.
As it flies by, Sin turns watching it go until it's out of sight.
Yeah,
I'll mention that my ancestors didn't like the white dragons.
How fitting. Alright. Yeah, in a few short seconds, it's like here and gone, and the wind returns to normal, the snow's settling once more.
Hey guys, I'm looking on page 3. Look at this pretty looking picture in this Bible here. What are you guys looking at? Did I miss something?
Nice. Krusk didn't even notice. What was that breeze? As he's staring at a page in the Bible of a lustrous looking woman. Is this a Bible or a Playboy?
I don't know, but it's got some pretty looking pictures in there.
So you guys get your camp set up. You're kind of on edge, keeping an eye out. It was kind of a scary sighting, seeing such a huge white dragon. Despite your pride, you're fairly certain you wouldn't be a match for that thing. However, you never seen another sighting of it. It apparently caught whatever it was trying to catch. Sometime after it flew above you, you heard a great crash somewhere off to the west, as if it pounced upon something. And you take your watches, each one going by well. Krusk he'll jump on a watch too. He'll take first watch with Felamos.
That's nice of him.
He pulls a bow out of his backpack and his quiver of arrows, slinging them over his shoulder, and proceeds to climb one of the lower trees, taking a seat upon a branch, and pivoting every now and then to take in the surrounding area. But it's all for naught, for the night goes by well, quiet. At one point, you think you hear the cry of an elk, taken down by some kind of predator off in the distance, but it's too far out. Once more, whatever caught that elk probably it got its prey anyhow, so it won't be hunting anymore tonight. The next day, you guys pack up and you head out, kind of sticking to the thicker trees, just in case that dragon decides it wants to hunt some more. And you manage to make some fast time, traveling a couple more days. Once more, it's starting to get late, and Krusk is taking you. He has you guys down in this it's an old riverbed. It appears. Let me see.
You know what we should do, guys?
What's that?
Find out where that dragon lives, and whenever he goes hunting, go inside and take some stuff.
I think that might not be a good idea.
Journeying along this old riverbed for a couple more hours, taking you guys into the evening. Krios kind of looks back over his shoulder where he's leading you guys, walking up by Krusk, and he tells you that you're nearly there now. You're nearly to where the last sighting of the orcs and goblins were seen, to take that path, that trail up into the Winter Fangs. And
there's goblins too now.
You hear some shouts and screams off in the distance as you guys are rounding a bend in this riverbed here. Any specific way you wish to proceed? Out in the open again? Are you going to be quiet?
Where we are, so
I'm going to throw you on here right now.
So are we heading northeast?
You're heading right now. You're heading more east. He tells you it's not, the trail begins just up ahead into the Winter Fangs. If I could just control my map properly. Philomos. Oh, I could look at the order. So we got Philomos. Oh, here's the order. We got Krusk first, Philomos last, and Sin in the center. Each of you with 10 feet between you, basically.
Basically. I'll be hugging the edge, so be more like that.
Alright, Jason. You moving with stealth again?
Yes. You want me to roll?
Better. Brett, 14. And Krusk?
But I ain't trying to sneak about. I'm just going tromping right through here, yeah.
Alright. Krusk, what languages do you speak?
See, there's Ort and Common and yeah, Dwarf, yeah. And did I say Orc?
Orc, Common, and Dwarf.
Did I say? Yeah, Orc too.
Alright.
Yeah, Orc too.
Coming from up ahead, you can hear, speaking in the tongue of orcs, a voice that's screaming out, "Hurry up and wedge that in there, goblin scum!" So, as you guys are moving on,
And that was further up the ravine? Or up over that ridge, or what?
further up the ravine here. You'll see him here in a second.
Okay.
You see Up ahead, 4 goblins, 2 on the other side of this tree trunk that's kind of work between them, and 2 more goblins on your side. The goblins look like they're trying to wedge this tree trunk across the ravine there, kind of blocking this path.
Alright, I'm gonna stroll on up there.
One of them begins to point your way and scream. And the orc turns to face you. And he yells, "Stop, you half-breed scum!" In orc, of course.
I will not choose to obey your orders unless you can best me in combat, scum.
It just says, "I will not taint my blade with your half blood. You who travels with," he points back behind you and says, "elves." And he kind of spits on the ground, or like on the trunk in front of him. Let's go ahead and get some initiative. Ooh, nice roll, guys. At least my monsters get to attack for once.
I like seeing what everybody's doing before I act, so, you know.
Right. Alright. Let me see. Alright. So the goblins are drawing short bows, and they're going to start taking shots at you guys here. Let's see. Man, it's nice having a mouse wheel again. The orc starts yelling to the goblins to take down the half-breed first. So looks like we got 2 goblins on Krusk there. Big old Krusk. Think he could handle it. Hey Keith, how do I remove a target? It looks like I have 1 goblin on you and Sin.
Just control click on the token again to unselect it.
On the map?
Yeah, or the combat tracker.
Okay. It doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there we go. Cool. Excellent. Alright. So, on Sin, got way too many windows open here. The DM is experiencing technical difficulties. That's my excuse.
Excellent.
Right, short bows. What's the range on short bows? That would be long range, right? Oh, that's on.
Short bows are 80/320.
Okay, I think you're just out of his range, so I'll give him this. Ooh, kind of messed that up. I already rolled. Right. So we'll take that hit up. Class in?
Huh?
What's your armor class?
12.
Oh, dang. Alright. He strikes you with an arrow. It kind of skids off your left side, not really scoring a solid hit, but hitting enough to hurt. Right. We're on Krusk now, as another is launching an arrow at you. Ooh. His bowstring. As he pulls back on his bow, the string snaps. He kind of growls something at his bow, tossing it to the ground. The next one attacking you. The arrow flies harmlessly over your head, getting caught in the wind currents and flying off far to the right. Finally, on Velamos. Oh, you know what? You're hiding now.
Yes, I am.
And your roll was a 13, is that right?
Yeah.
That was only supposed to be one roll. Alright, they do not seem to spot you. So, let me take you off of that target. And this goblin will move, let's see, goblin 4. I seem to have lost my map now. Alright, this goblin here that hasn't attacked yet, he moves back and leaps over the fallen tree here, trying to gain a little cover. There we go. So it brings it to the orc, who's just barking orders at this time, telling his goblins to kill you. What are you fools doing? Missing? Kill those bastards! And he ducks kind of further back behind the fallen tree, just bossing the goblins around for now. It's on Velamos.
Alright, I'm gonna move in.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast my flaming bolt.
Nice.
My screaming dragon heads are gonna slam in that orc.
Alright. Do you have to roll to hit with that spell?
No.
Okay.
That's why I'm using it.
So your flaming dragon head shriek in, kind of passing over the fallen trunk where he's trying to take shelter. Wow. Nice. Alright, so your bolts shriek over, and he cries out as each one slams into him. and kind of knocks him prone to his back. Krusk.
Oh, my turn? Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay. I'm gonna start charging towards Goblin 3 as I reach behind my back and pull on a javelin and thrust it at him. Let's see here.
Alright. Scored a hit. He cries out as he kind of tries to twist out of the way, but you open up a gash along the bottom of his rib cage. He screams in both pain and anger as the force of the blow kind of drives him back against the tree trunk.
Right on. And towards the end of that, I'll let out a huge battle cry, showing my my tusks protruding from my lower jaw as I try and intimidate them.
Alright.
Try and intimidate them.
He kind of cries out in fear. Oh. But most of the fear is borne by the pain he received from your javelin cutting him open. It's now on Sin.
Holding his staff in one hand, Sin brings his other hand up, pointing a finger at a goblin as he releases a blast of energy.
Alright. Ooh, 19. That's a solid hit. Which one were you attacking?
Number 2.
The dying one.
Alright. So your blast of energy takes him high in the face, since he was kind of hiding behind that trunk there, and just kind of what's the spell?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Alright. Seems to take him high in the face, where he seems to blanch, his greenish skin growing pale, almost instantly turning like a grayish color. That kind of throws him back quite a few feet, where he tumbles to the ground, coming to rest deep within the snow. Goblin 2, I can take him off. And it is on their turns now. Let's see. As one, let me see, where is he at? Alright, this one over here is still behind the tree trunk, kind of pops up, attempting to take 95 feet away. That's more disadvantage. He kind of pops up above the tree and pulls, knocks an arrow, pulling it back and taking aim at Sin. Looks like he scored a hit. The arrow's streaking out, just slash across your the right side of your thigh. Ooh, drawing a good line of blood there. It almost embedded in your leg. The final goblin sets a look of rage up on Krusk, whips the scimitar off of his belt, and takes a backhand slash horizontally, kind of stepping into it, leading with his left foot, trying to gash you across the stomach. Looks like he hit. Is that a hit?
Yep, it's a hit. Just like the chat says.
For 4 points of damage. Now it's final goblin, since Ooluvemay stepped from the shadows, blasting that one goblin to death with, or the orc to death with his flaming dragon skulls. The orc in the back there behind the trunk, kind of looks surprised at seeing you suddenly burst from the shadows and casting forth your spells. He picks you as a target, knocking an arrow. Targeting Ooluvemay and taking a shot with his arrow. Ooh, looks like a good solid hit. As it quivers. What's that?
Yeah, I think he hit me anyway, but my shield goes up. AC's 20 now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's still hit with a 22. The arrow quivering solidly in your left hip. It's now on you, Ooluvemay.
I am going to... I'm gonna have to use my spell again. These guys have to go down before they put me down.
Alright. That was Goblin 4 that just attacked you.
I'll hit him twice and I'll hit the one once.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Looks like you just rained death on him. With that same spell, your flaming dragon skulls?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, you want to give us a description of those goblins' death? Oh wait, one's still up. I'm sorry, you dropped one though, it looks like.
Yeah, one of them, two flaming skulls burst into him, igniting him on fire as the third skull strikes the other one, wounding him deeply.
Nice. So you exacted punishment on the one that managed to hit you last round, dropping him dead. Let's see, after Ooluvemay, we're back on Krusk.
Alright. I will reach back behind my back, pulling out my maul in the same swing as I bring the maul head down towards on top of the head of Goblin 3.
Alright.
And I start cursing.
As he manages to drop down to his knees. Sin.
Leaning on my staff. Sin moves over to lean against the side of the trail here as he releases his magic once again, sending a blast at the goblin that injured his leg.
Alright. Nice. Another Eldritch Blast strikes into the goblin, hitting him center mass. His entire form seems to freeze solid and then shatter. And a little explosion, leaking some bluish tendrils of mist. And now it's on the remaining goblin, who now sees alone he has no chance against you three. So he turns and attempts to flee.
Krusk gets a bonus action, right?
I believe Krusk is away right now. Are you there, Keith? Yeah, he'll get to take an attack of opportunity. When he returns. As soon as said he went AFK there. But we could shorten it if there's any cantrips or anything you guys want to unleash.
Yeah, I move forward. And I attack.
Alright. Alright. So you unleash your firebolts again?
This one's just a fireball, it's not my flaming ones.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had to make the attack roll.
So give me a description of your spell. Give us
It's
all
just
of
a line of fire just shoots forth, slamming into him, igniting him on fire.
Alright. And maximum damage. So yeah, he almost instantly ignites. And what first appears is a ball of fire. You barely hear a shriek above the roar of flames as his burnt husk falls to the snow, kind of turning it to liquid as he sinks within the white frost.
Excellent. And I'll convert for spell slots.
Alright. Looks like that was the last of them.
Sweet.
Yeah, the last one tried to run from you. Fellow Moss and Sin managed to lay waste to the remaining goblins. That last one you were fighting with, he attempted to run and flee. Of course, you would have got an attack of opportunity, but you were away at the moment, so I give everybody the chance to unleash spells as well as he was running.
Cool.
Fellow Moss managed to drop him. So let me see. Delete that one. Drop that one in there. Parse your experience. There you guys go. 100 experience points each. Now let me see if I got coinage down.
With these orcs right here, I think we might be close to our destination.
Alright, there's 2 copper remaining if anybody wants to take that. 15 copper pieces has been added. About 5 copper pieces each have been added to your character sheet. What's up, Jason?
I was just saying to RB that I think we're close since we ran into this party of orcs.
Yeah, Krusk had told you prior to the encounter that the trail leading up into the Winter Fangs that the orcs and goblins were seen to take is just up ahead. In fact, about another 100 feet or so, you guys climb from this old river bank, and you can see an old path leading up into the hills leading to the Winter Fangs. And Krusk tells you that that's the way their younger scouts had seen the group travel whenever they were followed at the initial kidnapping of your women.
Alright, it's all on you now, Krusk. You're the tracker.
Huh? Track? Oh, yeah. Yeah, looking at these prints here, as I point at some coyote tracks, you can see the orcs went this way.
I guess Krusk can't track.
No one has survival, so I guess we just head up the trail.
Alright. So you guys head up the trail. Let's see. Let's see what I got going on here.
Sin's more of a city boy, I'm afraid.
Well, you find a somewhat easy trail to follow after some time as you begin seeing shreds of clothing and such among trees. After you go up this trail, it levels out a bit where it begins to go up into the higher mountains. You come to another river, this one frozen, and there's a small stonework bridge there. A big copse of trees on the side you're up on right now. Let's see. You've been traveling for a good couple hours, so it's starting to near dark now. Give me give me perception checks. Alright. Every one of you spot it as you see what appears to be... Oh, you guys haven't even had time to really rest yet. You see across this lake, you see what appears to be a group of goblins there lying in wait.
I'll go get them.
I don't see him on the board yet.
I'll get them on there soon. I gotta delete this old encounter.
You want to go over there and try and deceive him?
Yeah, if you want, I'll go up there and act like I'm one of them.
That's not right. Hold on.
I'll cast this guy's self on myself. Turn myself into an orc.
Alright. Do you Do you speak Orc? No, you just speak Draconic, huh?
I speak Infernal and Draconic Common.
Oh. Just checking, so I'll have to ask later.
No, it's just Krusk that speaks Orc. I'll have to follow his lead.
There we go. That should be the correct encounter there. Just gotta. Oh no, it might be that. Maybe I'll leave it up. Just shrink this window down.
Yeah, Felimos, when we go out there, when I start talking, when I look at you, just nod your head yes.
Alright.
Alright, so as you guys are, you and Krusk are going up there, Sin's hanging back?
Yeah. Unless he could disguise himself.
Well, not as like an orc. How far away are they?
They're about around 50 to 60 feet away, approximately.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hang back. Like hide in these trees and bushes, and I'm gonna cast a spell too.
Excellent. Which spell are you preparing?
I'm casting Defensive Frost, which is gives me 5 temporary hit points, and anything that attacks me with a melee attack takes 5 cold damage.
Nice.
So we haven't rested since our last encounter.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and I think I need to drink that potion.
Alright. Did you pass any of those out at the tavern? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
I gave one to each person.
Oh, cool. Alright, so as you and Krusk are crossing the bridge, you can make out the various forms hiding among the brush and such, which, not just one. You can see 5 goblins there. These 5 little creatures with their knives and such, short swords or whatever. One appears to be a little more large than the rest. Probably the leader of this little group of goblins. And he calls out an orc, spitting out a line of gibberish. Let's see.
I healed myself for this tournament.
You hear? Okay. Let me go to your character. Four points?
Yeah, they're 2d4, right?
Yeah. 2d4 plus 2, isn't it, Keith?
Yep.
Then it would be 6 points.
Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, one begins speaking out in his guttural language, calling out an orc. It appears to be the largest goblin speaking. Let's see, how would I whisper to you, Keith? K. Hershey Jr.?
No. Put in like my character's name. So /W space Krusk space and then the message.
So he doesn't appear to be real well versed in the orc language, but he seems to have a basic understanding of it. Keith, as he calls. To everyone else, it sounds like a string of guttural noises and growls coming forth, punctuated by snorts.
And I'll return in Orcish. My name's Krusk. Black Tongue sent me up this way to align the clans. Who are you, little one?
So once again, oh sorry, that second I was supposed to, his name's Igric.
Who bring
As
me?
he spits out another
Bring me?
string. Yeah.
My name's Krusk. Black Tongue sent me. Black Tongue sent me.
He points his finger. He points a finger at let's see, he points a finger at the, what are you disguised as, goblin?
He's an orc.
No, an orc.
Oh, okay. It juts a finger out towards the orc walking next to you when he asks you that question. You see he's missing a finger, the ring finger on one hand.
Oh. This here, this is Black Tusk. This is Black Tusk.
He continues to speak a little.
And as he's speaking, I'm gonna be slowly walking towards him. Wherever he is.
Whoops. Okay. Alright, he asks, what clan you?
I'm with Black Tongue's clan. Why you ask so many questions? Are you usually the questioning type of orcs? The questioning type of orcs.
He kinda lowers his head and shoulders kind of meekly at that. And he steps back, but he still appears kind of on edge.
So let me ask you, have you seen any humans around here?
He once more spits out a small string of gibberish as he asks Ugrok Tamug Kinhak.
Why do I look different? You honestly, what, are you trying to say I'm not an orc? Do I not have the tusks of an orc?
As you get closer, he kind of starts to backstep.
And I'll just keep walking, trying to stay right in his face.
Alright, he's starting to look really skittish about you coming close to him. And he suddenly spits out, "You know orc!" In a orc.
Oh, really? You challenge me as an orc? I tell you what, Black Tusk here, he just told me he wants to fuck you in the ass. And then I'll look at Philemus.
Alright.
I'll grunt.
He kind of looks over, kind of glances over at Black Tusk and starts shaking his head. No.
He's, well, enough with the challenge already. He goes, I noticed there's a big old hole in the bridge over here. Why haven't you repaired it?
He says, busy watching. Too many barbarians.
Well, I demand, get over there and start working on it. Me and Black Tusk here, we'll keep watch.
Go ahead and attempt a deception check for me, Keith.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That was a pretty good roll. Alright. So, he turns and he begins to speak in Goblin to the other goblins that's around him. And, you can make out a few words. It's kind of similar to Orc, and he begins to tell him, well, what you wait? Finish bridge. Couldn't make out the whole sentence, but the other goblins are like looking around at each other, and then they start to approach.
Alright, I think once they're all over starting to work on the bridge, I'm going to take out my maul and scan the area like I'm on guard. Wait till they get on the bridge, then I'll give the signal for everyone to attack.
Alright, they're walking up, and you see they're kind of looking towards that hole, and they look back to their apparent leader there, and he just shrugs his shoulder and says, you heard, fix bridge. And he looks to you and switches to Orc and says, why fix bridge?
So we don't fall in and die within the lake.
He just shrugs again and kind of, okay, and points towards the bridge as the goblins begin to go out up on the bridge, trying to inspect the hole. They're kind of scratching their heads, looking at it. Looks like they're trying to determine what they could do to fix the bridge. And switching back to Orc, he tells you, goblins don't repair bridges, dwarves repair bridges.
And I'll return to him. Do you see any dwarves around here? There's no dwarves, and orcs do not follow goblins' orders. Goblins follow orc orders. You fix bridge.
He switches back to Goblin, squeaking and squawking and growling and telling him something. You hear something about, you can make out a few words. He says something about grab wooden planks, fell some trees, put some branches across the hole.
Alright, and with that, I'm actually, I'll look at Phelamos, and I'll kind of give him a palm up gesture, like wait here, and I'm going to go out onto the middle of the bridge with these goblins. I'm like, come here, let me show you what you're supposed to do.
Alright, there's still two out there on the bridge. The bridge is about 5 feet across, so you're going to step out there on the bridge with those two goblins?
I'm going to step out there with
you
them.
were speaking to Fellow.
Yeah. With them. I'm gonna also gesture for the goblin boss. Like, well, if I'm gonna teach you how to fix bridge, you get over here so I can show you how to do it.
Alright, he'll approach. What are you doing in this time, Sin?
I'm just staying hidden in the brush waiting for sign of a fight to break out, and then I'm gonna start throwing some spells.
Alright. So the goblin boss, he approaches you over there, Keith. Krusk.
Alright.
He's kind of looking up at you, curiously waiting for you to tell him what to do.
Alright, so I'm gonna head up there towards the edge of the bridge. Next to where the hole is.
Alright.
And I'm gonna tell him, see, look down here. Are you looking? Come here.
He walks over there and he kind of leans over the side and peers into down there into the river, and he says, "What am I seeing?"
Okay, now, is it a frozen river, or is it still rushing, or what's going on?
It's frozen. It's a pretty frozen river. It looks pretty solid.
Okay. So what I want to do, and how far down is it actually to the river from the bridge?
It was only about a 10-foot drop.
Okay. All right. So
you know what? We'll say about 15.
Okay. So when he gets close and he leans over, I'm going to push his ass off that bridge.
Alright. So let me see. How will we handle that? Let's do a grapple check.
I got a 22 on my athletics.
Okay. And he can use
acrobatics or athletics.
Or acrobatics. Okay. So, whoops. That would have been the first roll. He definitely fell, as you just kind of like grab him by the scruff of the neck and the back of his little crude belt and heft him up and over the bridge, and he kind of cries out as he's falling down below. Give me a strength check. You should be able to do it. What's your strength?
17.
Okay. 17. Readjusting my windows here. Yeah, you totally had him by surprise and you succeeded in the grapple, so it shouldn't be a problem for you to grab him and kind of heft him up, slam him into the lip of the bridge, and kind of heft him over where he cries out and screams as he falls down below. He doesn't fall directly onto the ice. He kind of hits the side there and starts tumbling down the slope. Let's see. I feel like my screen's never big enough for all the windows I need.
Yep, it never will be.
Alright. So, go ahead and roll a d6 for damage.
Three.
Alright. So he lets out a as he hits the rock and begins to tumble down. He starts crying out shrilly as he's bouncing off rocks and rolling down to the ice, where he lands flat at the bottom. And he just goes into a fit of rage. He's like swinging his arms as he's repeatedly slapping the ice, and he's kicking his legs, and he starts yelling at the other goblins, and you make out the words "kill orc."
You got the wrong goblin down there.
Oh, I do, don't I?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
As he starts yelling, kill Orc! There's a
But,
little more to it than that, but that's the words you can make out.
As he crashed to the bottom, I wanted to cast my spell.
Alright. Go ahead and cast your spell, Felamos. You're launching 2 firebolts, or is that with advantage?
I don't know if I get advantage, so I think I missed.
Okay. So your firebolt kind of cracks down into the ice, where the ice begins to melt away. Let me see something.
When I come out around the brush there, can I see him underneath the bridge?
Yeah, you can see where he hit. You can see him underneath there. There's about a 15-foot gap. Let me make.
So I would like to do a spell again as well.
Somehow I lost my map again. Okay. Yeah, you can launch your spell. See? Ooh, good one. Eldritch Blast.
Correct.
Alright. It doesn't catch him real good as it streaks out, and he's kind of flopping around madly on the ice, screaming, pointing up at the orc and yelling for the goblins to kill him. You do manage, your spell does manage to blast through past one arm, kind of turning the arm black with frostbite.
Should we roll initiative now?
Yes, it's a good time for initiative.
Yeah, and after I released the spell, I ran back behind the trees and brush there.
Alright. Nice one. Alright. Everybody got their initiative in?
Looks like it.
That didn't really help. What I really needed was over a 5. Since I didn't get over 21.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Looks like we start with Felamos.
Alright, my flaming bolt slams into one of them.
Alright. So it streaks out with a shriek, slamming into the goblin when it cries out in pain. After that, it's the goblins. And, let's see. They rush forward. These two are rushing forward at Felamos, drawing their scimitars. As these two rush forward, well, this one rushes on to the bridge at Krusk, and this one kind of, whoa, what did I do to my map? This one kind of rushes forward, scurrying down the cliff, kind of sliding down on its haunches a little bit, trying to pull the goblin boss back up to its feet. if I did it again, I lost my map. You see, as it pulls the goblin to its feet, little cracks and fissures begin to form out where your last firebolt struck the ice in the frozen river down there.
Excellent. Push more down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now where we at? Ah, the goblins. These two that rushed in. Let's see which goblin. 1 and 2 are attacking Velamos. Okay, it looks like they both missed you. Is that correct? The attack M is a miss, right, Keith?
Yep. Or wait, no. The second one hit.
Yeah, I see that.
The second one hit.
Okay. That would be Goblin 2. Let me do his damage right quick. Oh, that was short bow damage, but it does the same as the scimitar, so it's alright. Looks like he, the first one ran in, and he tried to take a swing, but was kind of knocked off balance when the second goblin ran in, eager to attempt to strike you. He kind of knocked the first goblin out of the way and took a swing, a horizontal slash from right to left with his little scimitar, the tip puncturing the side of your ribs, making a small cut there. Well, not really too small, it was kind of deep.
Yeah, I'm bleeding now.
Goblin 3, who rushed up to, the goblin on the bridge who rushed up to Krusk, he takes an overhead vertical slash with his scimitar on you, Krusk.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a miss as he swings in. Did you have a weapon drawn?
Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet.
Okay. As you just threw the goblin boss over the side of the bridge, the goblin sees it as an opportunity, running in, taking the overhead vertical slash at you. You manage to kind of duck down, placing your right knee upon the bridge. You kind of lifted your arm up and over your head, catching his arm at the wrist with your back arm, and knocking his scimitar out wide.
That attack actually hit. It looks like you didn't have me targeted. That's why it didn't show if it hit or missed.
Oh, sorry about that.
Tis okay.
Oh, that's right.
Tis okay.
I was using the wrong goblin. I guess this one has you targeted. Oh, so it looks like that did a lot of damage to your back arm when you attempted to block that slash. At first you didn't feel any pain. You thought you had blocked it perfectly when he actually cut into your back arm. Suddenly feel a burning sensation as blood begins to pour down your forearm. And it looks like Sin had backed up into the shadows there, into the trees. They kind of lost sight of him. Let's see. I kind of lost sight of him too. Oh, it's alright. That other goblin was actually pulling up the boss anyway. So, let me give him a strength check. He's trying to help pull him out of the lake. Whoops. But, as he's trying to pull him out of the lake, he accidentally loses his footing on a rock that's covered with ice. You see his foot just totally come out from underneath him as he lands on his shoulder blades, and him and the goblin boss tumble back into the lake bed. I'll give them both 3 more points of damage. And I am missing a goblin. Did you guys kill one already?
No.
Goblin 5's next Krusk.
Oh, okay. Alright, so Goblin 5, he lets out a yelp. He's a little bit scared, but he's going to try his chances anyway. And he's going to swing at Krusk, whipping out his little scimitar, since Krusk is right there. He takes a vicious and desperate stab at you. Oh, that was a javelin. Whoops. I guess he drew his javelin. It would explain why he missed. It's not supposed to be a melee weapon. You hear his yelp, and you anticipate an attack, and you manage to twist on your left foot and a short spin, and slam your right hand palm flat to his into his left shoulder. Let's see. I'll give you a chance here. Let me make this goblin's dexterity and see if he can keep his footing or if he plummets into the hole. There you go, accidentally rolling twice again. Okay, with the slipperiness on the bridge and your strength over his, you managed to catch him in your dodge hard enough in the shoulder to cause him to teeter over. Only click once on those, damn it. He teeters over, but he throws his arms out wide, managing to grasp the edge of the bridge and kind of hang there rather than falling to the ice below. It's on you, Krusk.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sin.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I?
Oh, yeah, Sin.
Yeah, I did miss Sin. Sorry about that. I was looking at the goblin boss thinking he was the last one that went. Go ahead, Sin.
So I'm going to come around again. Now the two... Did both the boss and the goblin fall down to the ice?
Yeah, they did.
So would I have advantage on hitting them if they're on the ground?
Yeah,
or are they?
They don't really know where you're at right now anyway. They can't see you above the lip of the river. And they're both pretty much on their backs again, down there on the ice with more cracks forming beneath them. You definitely have. I'll definitely give you advantage if you're attacking either one of them. Alright. Eldritch Blast, that's on the goblin boss. Yeah, he yelps as your bolt kind of streaks out, slamming into him. You hear a great crack as the force of your Eldritch Blast slams into him, and it causes, the force of the blast causes the ice beneath him to give way, and he slides into the hole, since it's made bigger by the force of your blast, his feet touching the water, he reaches out to try to grab at the what am I looking for?
The other goblin, maybe?
I was looking for I gotta go to his information here.
Oh, we'll see what his bonuses.
Yeah, he's reaching out with his arm to try to catch the other goblin by the foot. But once he reaches out and he manages to grab the other goblin, and the other goblin slides on the slippery rocks, trying to dig his fingers in to find purchase. He's unable to find any purchase right now, causing the goblin boss to slip a little further into the icy lake. The goblin boss begins to shiver very violently as he's about knee deep in the freezing water. He looks to actually fall unconscious there, his cheek hitting the icy lake, but he's still got a death grip on the other goblin there. Grr, I just give him 424 hit points. He appears to be dead with a death's grip up on the other goblin. Alright, so that was Sin's turn. It's now on Krusk.
Alright, so I am going to try and grab hold of Goblin 3 this time with my athletics. And by doing so, I am going to try and grab him and throw him at the hole towards Goblin 5 that's barely hanging on. As I yell out, "Help him, fool!"
Alright.
As I yell.
Vicious bastard, you. Alright, you got a 16? Yeah, let me give you your opposed check. That was which goblin? 3?
Do what?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
were using goblin 3?
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
See, he's just sending them both down to help the boss out.
Of course. Such a good Samaritan. You managed to scoop him up like nothing. You lift him above your head, and you have him suspended there, legs and arms kicking, before he even knows what's going on. You just scooped him up like a bag of flour, and toss him down at the other goblin. Give me an attack roll using your dexterity score.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That was your roll there.
Okay. No.
No. Oh no, that was a goblin. I'm sorry.
So why am I in attack? Why am I making an attack roll?
Well, you were scooping him up, and you were attempting to grapple and throw him into the other goblin, right?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
allowing you to use him as a living missile weapon to throw into the other goblin.
So 16. Well, actually, I get a +2, so that would be 18.
All right. So yeah, he flies free from your arm, screaming as he slams into the other goblin, who's struggling to attempt to kick the goblin boss's death gripped hand off of his leg. The other goblin slams into him. Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus yours and add your strength.
So that would be 11.
So 11 would be 11 points on Goblin 3 and 5. Alright. So there comes a loud gasp and exhalation of air as the Goblin 3 and 5, right? As they slam into one another and pretty much roll into the frozen lake along with the goblin boss.
Alright, and after that, I am going to run while letting out a hurtling or a ferocious battle cry. Right up back behind these other two, trying to scare the shit out of them.
Nice. Did I miss the death of a goblin? I still have 3 right here.
Yeah, you should have 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the one that was in the death of the boss.
Down on the ice.
4. Okay. I believe that's the one Keith just threw the other goblin at, right?
No. There was 2 on the bridge that took out.
Oh, okay. I got confused there.
Yeah, 4 is the one that's trying to scramble back on the shore with the dead boss ripping him.
Yeah. Alright, I got lost. Where are we at? Krusk just went.
Yeah, so I just got done running after throwing those guys over there at the other 2 goblins, yelling out my battle cry with an intimidation check there, and then that'll be the end of my turn.
Excellent. Mr. Ribbon. It's your turn, fellas.
Yeah, all 3 of these goblins are wounded then, right?
Correct. I don't think that's correct. How'd one of my goblins end up with temporary hit points? What am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know. They were all like fine, and then all of a sudden one was heavy and one was dying, and no one rolled damage. Unless 4's taking damage from being pulled in the water. It hasn't been attacked yet.
Yeah, I believe I messed up.
So I'm going to hit Goblin 1 once with a Flaming Dragon Skull and Goblin 2 twice, because I don't think Goblin 2 was ever wounded.
Alright. Yeah, possibly not. I don't know how I ended up slipping stuff on all these guys. And, yeah.
So I have my 3 skulls, 1 flying in the Goblin 1, and 2 of them flying in the Goblin 2, igniting them both on fire.
Sounds good.
It's Goblin 4.
Looks like you dropped Goblin 1. As he bursts into flames, rolling to the ground, trying to roll himself out, but not soon enough. Before he lies still, the flames still licking at his back. That leaves Goblin 2 there between you and Krusk, and Goblin 4, who will... Let's see.
Looks like Goblin 2 is dead.
Goblin 2's dead too? Oh, he is.
Yeah, I killed him.
So he also burst into flames there.
But Goblin 4 shouldn't be wounded unless he's taking damage from freezing water.
Oh, he took damage from tumbling down the rocks.
Okay.
So he is slightly damaged. He's like... Actually, it's on Goblin 4 now. He's gonna just like throw his arms up and call out an orc as he begs for mercy. Please no kill, please no kill.
Alright, I'm gonna go over there and extend my hand down and try and pull him up.
Alright. He's like, all kind of freezing and reaching for your hand. You pull him up there?
Yeah, and as I'm pulling them up, I'm gonna go. So where did the barbarian women go?
He just kind of points off towards the north, his finger shaking very badly. Did they wait that way?
Where'd they take them?
He says, I show you, let me live, I show you.
Alright, you show me where they took them, and you live. If you lie, then I will let Black Tusk over there fuck you in the ass.
Yes. He starts shaking his head so hard his lips are flapping. And he's telling you, I show you, no lies, I take you.
Very well. Then show me.
Slowly building our own goblin army.
Yep. Guess we need another harness for this guy.
That's right, you got another one in a leash, huh?
Yep.
Alright, let me parcel out this, the experience and stuff here. As soon as I remember how. I bring up that encounter. Oh, okay, that one. I got it. Award. There you guys go. Looks like about, is that right?
Mm-hmm. 50 each.
150 experience. 50 each. Yeah. And now let me look for that treasure parcel. Uh-oh. Okay, so I go to inventory. Add that. Whoop, what happened there? Excellent. And parcel that. There you go. A whole 18 copper.
Woo, we're rich. Woo, we're rich.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, I guess we should camp right here then, huh?
Yep. Camp here and call it a day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It might be a good spot to stop. We're already 33 minutes over our usual time.
I'm gonna make camp in this brush.
Alright. Erase some of these encounters, or delete some of these encounters you've already had, so I don't get all mixed up next time. Excellent. How close are you guys going up a level now? Let's see. XP.
Less than 300.
About 280.
Another couple encounters, you guys should go up. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. So for the successes in the beginning of the game, do we not get XP for that?
successes in the beginning of the game. You know what? I'll give you extra XP for some of the role playing and stuff you pulled off in the beginning.
I don't know about you guys, but I exhausted all my spells.
Me too.
Well, thank goodness for cantrips, because yeah, I only get 2 first level spells. And I used one when we first fought the goblins to put some to sleep, and then when I did that thing to heal myself and put the armor on, that was my second.
Yeah.
You only have 2 still?
Yeah, warlocks don't get very many spells.
It's not allowing me to parcel quest XP. I tried to drop you.
But you can just tell us.
Yeah, go ahead and add 150 to your experience points. I don't know why I did that.
Seven, right?
I'm sorry, it worked that time. If you haven't done it yet, it should be in there.
Yeah, 779 is where we should be at.
Now, how did I pull that off?
Cool.
You can just go ahead and like give us 150 more to try it. Make sure you know.
That would be great, huh?
Well, that was a fun session,
And
y'all.
can you do a long rest to like heal us up and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that still. Hold on.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Click on the menu.
Needing a long rest. I gotta add something else back in here. I almost took out the quest reward that I had on there earlier whenever I was trying to award that other experience, so I had to add that. Now let me close that out and
So, on the combat tracker, click on menu, then click on rest.
the combat tracker.
Click on rest.
Oh, this must be at the bottom or something.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
The eye. Rest and a long rest.
Yippers.
You healed the goblin.
Well, it would be healed.
Yeah, it'd be
Right,
healed.
because it rested with us.
Yeah. See, maybe I'll add them to. Oh no, you guys probably got them tied up or something. I was gonna put Party Goblin. Party Goblin in the combat tracker.
Yeah, we have him tied up with the cobalt with the
We'll
Uncle
probably have
Bay.
to get him trained a little more before we can trust him.
Yeah,
to...
trust him
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Alright. So there's your long rest. Yeah, sorry some of that took so long, guys. I'll get it done eventually.
No worries.
No worries.
Excellent.
Good job.